Well, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah. Well, it's nice to see everyone. And this is really more about, this isn't about liberation, but being liberated from the need to be liberated, really. Yeah, it's just, you could look at it as, the slacker's guide to going nowhere, whatever. Yeah, but it's, there's just too much shit gets added on to everything. This is basically just a simple invitation. You are what you're looking for. That's the premise. And so therefore, all the ways we look for it are forms of blindness to it. Because the whole idea of looking for it doesn't rest in what we are, it rests in what we're not. What we're not is trying to look for something that's right under its freaking imagined nose. Yeah, that's why a great master, Ramana Maharshi, I don't know why, but how I feel about it, said the greatest mystery is reality wanting to attain reality. Yeah, what the hell? I don't know. It seems to imply something to me. That if finally it was presented to me and it landed that I am what I'm looking for. If I had any possibility of turning the seeking spigot off, I would. Yeah, it would be obviously that would be detrimental to the fact that I am that. Yeah, look, not detrimental to that, but in an imagined state, I would be busy acting in a sense of reinforcing what I'm not, looking for what I am. It's just insane to me. Yeah. So, luckily, Awakening Together has a huge umbrella. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I should go no further in that avenue. So basically, this is where I'm sitting. The premise is you are what you're looking for. So almost any form of looking for it would be categorized as an act of denying of it, in a sense. Yeah. So what happens? Do you stop looking for it? No, because that which you're not just looks all day. You see that you're not that which is looking for it. So if you see you're not that needs to be liberated, that's the liberation from the need to be liberated. Yeah. It's not negating the idea of liberation. It's just negating that there's you who's going to be liberated, or you who's not liberated, or you who has to do 48 different things to get not even liberated, but somewhat close to getting liberated. And then there'll be more specific, subtle requirements after you meet the grosser ones, and on and on and on. Yeah. This is a relief from all that. Yeah. I see it as now where the meaning and the heroic journey that was injected into it has been removed. I see it as cumbersome, I see it as heavy. I do. I see looking for light is heavy. Yeah. It's weird, but I do. That which doesn't demonstrate any thought or effort to be what it is, I don't see how I'm going to arrive there with thought and effort, through thought and effort. Yeah, because that which I want to arrive at doesn't demonstrate any thought or effort being. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's subtle and there's grosser ways that the head keeps, triangulating us as a body, as a historical person, and especially more so as a future person. and just constantly everything that occurs, it sort of weds those activities to that idea. Yeah. Even though you may not be privy to its agenda, its agenda overrides seemingly our agenda. Yeah. And something gets supported, reinforced, even while we're thinking we're doing the noble thing, that nobility has been commandeered and is being used for something. Yeah. To build another you. And there's plenty of them already. So, I mean, and to me, one of the heaviest, most subtle yous was the spiritual you. I mean, it was fucking unbelievable. Righteous and perfection becomes the sort of, the goal of seeking. It's insane. I mean, don't you have enough demands already on you? Can you imagine? I've heard the demand, I must then become enlightened. Give me a break. Yeah. It's like the Toyota, has to grow wings and fucking take off. It's just too much for the system, I feel. Yeah. So my experience with all this was, and watching what happens when I heard satsang, not being the hearer of it, when I actually heard satsang. Yes, it's different. You may think you heard satsang as the hearer. That's not hearing satsang. Yeah. I heard satsang, not as the hearer. Yeah. And then I heard it again and again. And basically it broke shit down, not built something new up. It broke stuff down. And things that were leaning on so much meaning and importance just fell. Because one journey is not more noble than the other journeys. Yeah. That's an opinion. That's a judgment in a way. So, yeah. So what I found is that knowing it or not knowing it, in time, the mental processes are probably the quickest processes. And one of the process of the mental state is to claim what it's brought into contact with. And what does it say? That it's the one that's in contact with. Yes, that's what it does. Yeah. It gets brought into contact with things, and now it takes itself to be the thing that's in contact. Yeah. And it just does that same thing over and over and over again. And it builds a narrative and a story that it plays in one's head. And you hear it as if it's the God-given truth. Yeah. Now, after it claims it, it takes the verb that it's claimed, the seeing, and it infers the seeing to be a pointer to the true fact there's a seer. Yeah? So now the seeing, so the verification of the seer does not come from the seer, it comes from the claiming of the seeing. The seeing is what gives the seer the meaning that it's walking around with. It doesn't come from the head, it's taken from the seeing. So the verb of seeing gives life through the mental claiming to the idea of a seer. So suddenly verbing is now, in a weird way, is the birth or the mother and father, yeah, of the noun, but then the noun has sires all the verbing. Yeah. It's insane. And so this is fundamental. The conception in the head is that you're a someone, and then it riffs all on that. If you don't see that, you're going to be looking from it. Yeah. You have to, after you're wed to it, you're not going to see it. Yeah. You're already in a sense of blindness already. But before the claiming, there is. Yeah. and we are of that. Yeah. The qualities I demonstrate as an action figure do not have to match up to that quality. That quality is empirically empty, has no different colors or flavors. It just is. Yeah. That's available. I can be aware of mental activities before I try to become aware of the mental activity as a mental activity. I can see the activity. Yeah, I can. I have. I do. Yeah. The seeing of those activities give you a distinct sense sooner or later that you're not of those activities. It just does. Yeah. There's a difference between what it feels like to be content and context. Yeah. It has a different feeling. When there's the appearance of content and it's held as context, you don't take the content to a serious point of being the context. You just don't go there. Yeah. So the idea that your experience during the day of being connected, unconnected, sometimes I feel like I'm awake and then I'm unawake. All of those binary dualistic dance steps are happening on a floor of awakeness. Nothing changes it. Yeah, it just is. So we're awake, or really awakeness, and then there's a someone who can appear to be awake to that or can appear to be asleep to that. And it can change a lot during the day, but it doesn't change the fact of the awakeness at all. Yeah, that's that. End of story. And a lot of the meaning that all that activity is given is that it does. My feeling I'm unconnected is the reality. No, that's it. That's the experience. It's not the reality. Yeah? You're not disconnected is the reality. First of all, you're not connected either. There's no you to be connected to anything. Yes? There's a fact in life, a real fact. Yeah? You get established in that. It can happen through satsang. It could happen getting whacked. It could happen whatever. Yeah? But when it happens, it informs you it's always been this way. It always has been this way. So there wasn't a reality until the reality dawned on me. No. No, it's always been reality. And then you had an experience where it seemed that it dawned on you. The experience is not the replacement of the reality. Yeah? So now, so the claiming. Life's happening, definitely. Feelings, thoughts, things are going on. Winds blowing, chimes playing, cats staring, dog scratching. Yeah, all of it's happening. Yeah. Then the emphasis of the story is not the scratching, the gazing, the hearing, the feeling. It's the feeler, and the feeler is claimed, is always pointed at through all the claiming of every feeling. Yeah, you may have thousands of feelings, but it's always one feeler. You see tons of stuff, but it's only one seer. So if something wasn't there, it's an incredible strategy. Let's claim what's always there to imply that there's someone that's never been there. And then let's just obsess over that someone so we seemingly forget what's always going on and just dwell on it's happening to me or I'm the one who's doing it. Yeah? And it'll be great. See, that's where it falls apart. Because for many people, it ain't great. Yeah? For many people, they're up at 2 a.m. and they've given the meaning of thoughts that thoughts can ruin their night. They don't see that they can peacefully cohabitate with thoughts because they believe that if there's thoughts, there's no peace. Peace is always available. Thoughts, no. Yeah? That's another subtle requirement the head makes. Okay, let's make it, thoughts can disqualify me. Feelings can disqualify me. If I did something bad today, I'm disqualified. What would you call that but playing God? Where is that playing God coming from? From the is or from the was and the will be? We're in our own private Idaho. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. And you're believing you're going to take that private Idaho and arrive at everywhere and not have a sense that you're in a special somewhere? My plan is I'm going to be the private Idaho until the moment I wake up. No, you're already awake. Yeah? What? Yeah, you are. Do you think the private Idaho is going to drop when you seem to have an awakened experience? No, it will claim it, and then you'll be totally blown away because in 3 days you'll be bummed out, and you're wondering, what the hell happened? I thought I woke up. Yeah. Can I return it? It's not working out. I thought everything was going to be great. It sort of sucks. Yeah. No, that's an experiential awakening. Yeah. That's not awakening. Awakening is context. Experiential awakening is content. Yes? It can change. I've seen it with people. I've heard it from a lot of people. Yeah. They had their big breakthrough and then they're totally flipped out in a few months. Because it's not the way they thought it was going to be. Yeah. Because they're still freaking there. Yeah. And then the only way they can translate it is, what did I do to fuck up the awakening? Not even understanding, that's inferring that you have a huge power you don't have. Yeah. We're on the sun side. Yeah, we see clouds, but the clouds can't block us from the sun. This is what the head wants you to believe. The head wants you to believe you're on the other side and this flimsiest cloud can block you off from the all-powerful sun. Yes? Just water particles. Basically like a very, very gauzy fabric, yet I'm blocked off from the sun. Give me a freaking break. Yeah. That's all about being in a position where you're not. You're experiencing everything from that position, but that doesn't mean you are that position. That's where your experiential platform is based on, the action figure. But you're not based on the action figure. And this isn't an experience. Your inherent nature is not an experience a foreign nature has of it. It isn't. It's context. Has nothing to do with experience. It doesn't have a peak experience. It doesn't. It just is completely. And you lose interest in a lot of shit. Mostly concerning you in a lot of ways. Yeah? And there's the freedom. The freedom isn't, oh, Paul finally became liberated. You lose all interest in liberation for Paul. You do. Yeah? You could care less, really. If you were content and satisfied, you wouldn't be fucking looking for much, really. Yeah? You would be looking for like a knife to cut the fucking bread and shit. Yeah? That would be it, the extent of looking. Really. Oh, I have a giant spiritual yearning. No, you're probably discontent and unsatisfied. If you felt discontent and satisfaction, a lot of your heroic journeys would end quickly, because that's really what you're looking for. And you can't get it because you're the agitation that's causing, you hear about that great party, but when you show up, it sucks. It's just the way it goes. Yeah. You can try to go in the back door, call them and say you're not coming, and then show up. No, it doesn't work. As long as you're there, you seem to miss the boat. Don't you put two and two together, really, sooner or later? It's like somebody who's always in fires, and then you finally, put the fire out, and you say, man, isn't it unusual? You're at a lot of fires? Maybe you're a fire starter. Who knows? What? Yeah. Maybe that's what you want relief from. Not relief for, but from. Yeah? From that which can't rest. From that which is agitated. Yeah? You and I can enjoy peace of mind. It can't. It really can't, because it can't sit still. There is not a thing called mind. It's movement. It's agitation. Yeah? Like a famous Zen statement was, hey, bro. It didn't say, hey, bro, but you can't use activity to produce stillness. That would be activity. Yeah? You can't, this is activity. He's not talking about you as Paul. Don't use any activity. Paul is an activity. Yes? Paul is the activity. You can't use activity to produce stillness. That would be activity. That's the dilemma. Yeah? The dilemma is you're looking for it. It's really, yeah. So I don't know. I heard this at Satsangs. Things happened, chips fell, dominoes got knocked over, but I've never done anything after. Really. I can rest. You want to call it meditation? I can, yeah, so that's the message, really. If you're interested in it, I'm here, I think, every Tuesday with the help of Rhoda calling me up and telling me before. And it seems like a strange match, though, with the Awakening Together and Paul Hedderman, today anyway. Because I'm not a real believer in a lot of stuff. I've got to be honest with, I haven't listened to anyone since 2000 or so, because whatever was going on just told me to be like a private bakery. Don't be fucking learning the wisdom of the ages. Just freaking. And then when I thought, because of the seat assignment, I have a responsibility. I should get better. When I started to try to get better, he said no, clearly. He wants me to be dumb and read Yankee blogs and, go to thrift stores, not pray at temples and genuflect 800 times a day. Just simple. Just keep yourself out of the mix and then shit will go well. Really. Yeah. And therefore, this has been the seat assignment, and crazy people come and keep tuning in. So I'm going to keep sharing, I guess. Yeah. We got nothing to sell. I don't want you to really get that much better, to tell you the truth. I don't.
Still has a question.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yes.
Did you want to go first?
That's a good way to end it.
Did you want to go first? I saw Sina had her hand up before.
No, I'm all right. Go ahead.
You go
it's
first.
Best to stop.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask you, if you can talk a little bit more about like that awakening experience, because I've had a couple of them, but the strongest one I ever had was about 20 years ago. And I was doing A Course in Miracles, but when it came on, it just came out of nowhere. And it was like, and it was an experience. But I thought, I was like, okay, this is what I've been searching for, because I had never experienced anything like that before, ever, where it was like, I felt like I was walking heaven on earth, and like everything just like was connected, and I was connected to everyone else. But after that disappeared, after a couple of days, like you described it perfectly. That's exactly the experience that I had, which was like, what did I do wrong? What did I, So my question is like, then where does that come from? Like, is that just our truth peeking in, even though it's an experience? I'm just a little confused.
Well, tell you the truth, I don't know. What I'm going to just say is it's sort of like a free sample. Let's say something in us gets caught up in the ride when it's really the amusement park. Yeah. So we get sort of hooked on the roller coaster. I felt super connected and this and that. And yet we don't realize the greatness of the whole amusement park. Yes. So we had a free sample. It doesn't have to look that way. Yeah. And you got a flavor of, anything can come out of nothing, and nothing is what's true. Yes. So hopefully here, I would say, how it will sooner or later translate is just a traveling lighter as Paul on a consistent basis. Yeah. Not meaning everything changes and I'm in nirvana or anything like that. It just allows the action figure to travel lighter with whatever life has in store for it for this 80-year period. Yes. And basically, on that level, what more do you want? Yeah. Yeah. So I had tons of peak experiences and things like that. I don't have any of that anymore. I just have a giant gaping space. Yeah. Yeah. And these talks, when I show up, I don't get any experience out of this at all. All I get is a gaping empty space. Yeah. So I like to call that Dork Sht Awareness. And yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, something moved, and it turned an expression of an incredible artistic project, love and everything like that. But that wasn't the essence of the space. The essence of that space is incomprehensible. It doesn't have to take any appearance or look. Yeah. It just did that through you. Yes.
But
But
was
it
that,
isn't that.
but was that what
It
was,
does. It did that through you. You had those experiences because something shifted and sort of like a solar wave hit you. But each solar wave can be different, and they're of the sun, but they're not the sun, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah. So
so it
your
was,
head liked it and it got addicted to it, and then tried to tell a story that you had it and you lost it, and there you went. Yeah. And you did not have the understanding to recognize the thief when it entered the house. And so it entered the house and it had you as a guest, and then you lived from there. We're trying to share an understanding, sort of like a pair of glasses, not to correct the glasses we're wearing now, not to take the place of your vision or your eyes, but to, let's say, correct the lenses we're looking through now, which is the selfing. Yeah. So here's an understanding of what the mental state is doing very quickly. There's a peak experience and you're there. In a second or two, it will arise and claim to be the one who had the peak experience. That's what it'll do. So Or you see your reflection in the pond and you realize you're a lion, but then you walk away from the pond and you're now holding that realization of being a lion as a sheep. Yeah? And this is what happens. So to me, the more important message is what happens after you leave the pond or after you seem to have crashed from your awakening. Yeah? So that next time you can recognize the thief. Yeah?
That was perfect.
Yes?
Yeah.
You would say people awakening would vanquish something, but there's nothing to vanquish. We are a many splendid no thing, and at the same time that we're that context, this activity, it represents us of the claiming. Yeah? This is about not trying to stop the claiming, but recognizing it's not you. Yeah? So then you can cohabitate with that activity while you're resting in the context of things, instead of having a belief that that activity has to completely stop for me to rest, because it's not true. Yeah? Yeah. So the story of Paul can continue, and it doesn't have to be a giant obscuring or interruption to that. Yeah. This is just a relevance that it gives itself all the time. Self gives itself relevance that I can block you. Without me on your side, you're never going to get back there. Or I'm gonna, you're never going anywhere. It's all relevance that it doesn't have. We give it to it. Yeah. So if you lose interest in self, man, there's so many more possibilities become available. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I see it today.
Thank you.
Angie wants to share.
Angie.
Hi, Paul.
Hey.
Just a quick question. You were speaking about the giant gaping space, and I become aware of a few experiences in which I was trying to recall someone's name. Couple of times that there were acquaintances, but they're still kind of close to me. And one time, a good friend of mine, and I just couldn't place a name on them. It was, and then I became aware, like, moments later, what is happening? I don't remember their name. And I don't think my memory is not working right, because I did not notice that in other contexts. It's just, I couldn't find the label. So I don't know if you heard of experiences like this, or.
Yeah, I call it getting older. I have tons of
Other than that, no.
I have tons of them all the time. I don't even remember this talk usually, unless Rhoda sends me a text. Yeah, but no, I understand what you're saying for sure. There was a lesson too I really liked in the Course in Miracles, that you and I give everything all the meaning it has. So you would look around the room casually and look at the lamp, and then before I saw it as a lamp, I was just seeing. And then the lamp, and then you gave it the meaning. I could see that happen. It was cool, the mental process. First,
so
what the hell was that? And then it was made a lamp and stuff like that. So you can have those events, because we obviously, when we're seeing, there's no meaning. There's a meaning given. Yeah. And then it's a lamp or a tree or something. Yeah. We may not we may not be noticing the particulars of a second or two, but there's a manufacturing of perception and shit. Yeah. Yeah.
So it took me by surprise. That's why I'm asking. I hope it's not just old age.
Yeah.
But
I don't, no, I think you're far from that, Angie, but I'll take it. That's a spiritual experience you have. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm traveling lighter now. Thank you, Paul.
There you go. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, Paul, I had an interesting happening, and your teaching really helped me travel lighter yesterday. So it started on Saturday when a wave took me under at the beach, and I lost my glasses that cost $502. So I got a little upset with myself, but then quickly recovered because I realized I had insurance on my glasses. Still had all those feelings like, you know, whatever. I didn't want to lose my glasses because, you know, my vision was so clear. I can see far away, close up, all that good stuff, the screen with these one pair of glasses. So then yesterday I was dealt a blow I was not expecting. So I called the eyeglass place to find out, you know, I wanted to go pick up my glasses, right? I got insurance, right? Well, to find out, the lady tells me because they're lost, completely lost, because the wave, I mean, I searched and searched and searched. They were nowhere to be found because the winds were so strong at the beach. And the lady tells me they're not covered, lost or stolen. She said, if you had a piece of the glasses and you could bring those in, yeah, sure. And I'm like, there are no glasses. Mother Nature swept them away. And so for almost a good portion of the day, I would say, I had what I would call a pain body attack, where it was like most of the day, it was like so inside of this body and mind it was like a torture chamber. Then all of a sudden, your teaching came to mind. Your teaching about how it's a failed system, and how what can a failed system teach you? That it's failed. And so I'm sitting there, and here comes Paul whispering in my mind, telling me it's a failed system. It's brilliant. It's perfect. And so I had my turnaround moment when I realized, oh, this is such a perfect example that I needed to see and have happen so I could see the reality of this teaching. Because, I mean, come on, you think, right? I paid for insurance, got insurance. Where's the insurance? Talk about a failed system. So I just want to thank you, because right after that happened, there was such an energetic shift. I mean, it was like night and day. Before that came and I remembered your teaching, it was like I was in my own inner hell that I created. And then after, I was like, oh no, this is great. This is just showing me I'm not going to find joy out there. I'm not going to find peace out there. Not even clear seeing. Get it? But and I thought it was adorable when you mentioned the glasses earlier, because I was like, that's just perfect. So thank you, Paul. Your teachings are reaching somewhere in here.
Well, let's first get clear. They're not my teachings, really. You wouldn't want me to teach you anything, really. The second thing is, all that you described, you could see it in the light that it's not you. Yeah? Because there's a possibility. It can be seen as if it infers to you, it's about you, and that's usually the habit the head is in. But you can take the same information and have it a different way of being held, which is, and I'm not that. Yeah. So all that activity in the head that you clearly described none of that was of you.
Paul, another thing that became clear that's never become clear too was this teaching. A lot of the masters talk about it, everything's temporary. That also came in. The glasses was the perfect example. So I was like, well, this is just showing you what is truth. It's reality. Everything out there is temporary, and your glasses are no exception. Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah, that's Buddhism 101. Yes.
And let me tell you, ever since that, I have been traveling lighter. So
Great.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, now it makes sense why I'm here every Tuesday. There you go. Yeah. But you see, just look at this. Something happens and then there's a dialogue about it, yeah? There's a describing it, then there's an observation of feelings and stuff like that. And habitually, the system is commenting on the system, really. Yeah? So all the stuff, the system, what we're not, reacts to it as, oh, that's about me. Yeah. My glasses, this and that. Makes sense. No harm done. That's clear seeing. But in fact, it's not, in a way, because the seeing of all that is you. Yeah? What is presented after claiming the seeing is not you. So the seer of it isn't you. That's something you see from the seeing. You see the add-on of the seer. So here's stuff going on. There's reaction. The body, the action figure gets frustrated, disappointed, a fear. It's, I can't afford losing $502, whatever. And instead of taking that as a beautiful way of reinforcing I'm not that, we let the system keep on reinforcing itself, because we're seeing it with the same old understanding. We're offering a new understanding, not my new understanding, a new understanding of how to hold what's happening anyway. The action figure is a call and response. It's a act-react. So that reaction is constantly being inferred to imply it's you that's reacting that way. And it's not you that's reacting that way. There's a reacting that way that's used to point to a you. It's not you acting that way.
You know what other miracle happened? I just realized I wanted to share with you. I was, when it first happened and the blow came, I wanted to immediately engage in the blame game. Like, how dare they? I paid for insurance and all that good stuff. And so whenever I had that realization, it stopped. It completely vanished. Wanting to blame anyone. It just was like wiped out. So it just stopped that crazy programming that wants to just attack and blame. So that was a kind of a side effect. That was awesome.
And what allows a lot of that to happen is holding the programming as not of you. Yes? Yes. See, there's a bondage to the mental activities. There's an identification as or with the mental activities. Instead of trying to control the mental activities and its reactions and then its comments and critiquing and all that, we're just looking at one ingredient. Are they mine? Are the critiques mine? Are the observations mine? No. Yeah. And then there's a healthy loss of interest in all that mental preoccupation, and then you're here more. And that's where this is what you've been missing, really. This is where the joy and contentment lies now. Yeah. Yes. So, and you'll probably get better glasses now. That's what happens. Yes. So the whole story goes out the window, and and after bemoaning the fact, life gives you something bigger at times. It's great. Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to lose that. Well, here's 8 of them. All right, folks. Yeah. Yeah. My observation of life is traveling lighter. It's just that freaking simple. Yeah. And it's all premised on a loss of interest in the mental activity. Yeah. I don't take it to be about me. I take it to be about you. Yeah. But I don't take it to be about me. Yeah. And then when something takes it to be about me, I don't take myself to be that. And every time it makes the next move, I don't take myself to be that. Yeah. And then it collapses. If it doesn't hook you after 2 or 3 attempts, there's a space. Yeah. And now, even when you think you're hooked, you're never hooked, which is beautiful. Yeah. Because you're not that which is thinking you're hooked. Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a cod salesman. I've eaten a lot of cod, COD. I've eaten a lot. I've eaten it sushi, grilled, marinated, some salt. I've eaten a lot of cod. That's what I'm selling you. Yeah. I'm not surprised when people travel lighter. I'm not. I'm surprised they're not traveling lighter, really. That's what kills me. Yeah. I mean, how hard is it to get rid of some imaginary situation? It's not hard at all. It's an imaginary situation. I gotta see how much reality I'm giving shit that's not real. Yeah. And then disown of being the doer of that. I'm not the one that's doing that. The head is doing it. Yeah. Really. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for that report. Yeah. Yeah. I was more interested in the waves that you were going to talk about.
But you know what was so funny? When I was in the waves, this is kind of like an early birthday present to myself, taking myself to my favorite place in the world, the beach, this specific beach. It was really windy and the waves were crashing in hard. And I was having a blast. I felt like a little kid jumping the waves. And I mean, I was squealing like I was happy. And then I was on like the mountain peak experience, just having a blast. And then the wave took me under, it rolled me, and then it knocked me down again. And that second knockdown, like boom, boom, that's when the glasses came off.
Wow.
So that's what
But
happened.
You didn't dive in the water, did you? Did you dive in the water?
It knocked me over.
Oh, because usually I wouldn't go swimming with glasses on. I didn't know that many people who go swimming with glasses on.
I forgot to take them off because I can't see. That's how I started in on my stuff on Saturday when it happened. But I can't see without my glasses.
All right. Well, know what we can do today. Know what we can do today, honey, is there's the donate. Mr. Donate is here in one of the squares. I think people should donate and get you a pair of glasses, honey.
I'm good. Yes. I have savings.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Thank you. We want you to see clearly, even if it's worth $502. I'll throw the first $2 and then everyone else can take care of the rest. Great things start small sometimes. Yeah. $2 it is.
You're adorable.
Anyone else today? Very nice to meet you, honey, and happy to know you. Yeah. You're a lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap.com. Even if you don't know it, don't worry about it. The best membership is not knowing it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So anytime you need $2 to start something rolling, I'm here. I'm here for you. Anyone else have anything today? Silence, great. Anyone? No? What time is it, honey? Are we over soon?
We got 5 minutes.
I can say long goodbyes, yes. Well, thank you for hosting, as always, yes. And let's see my favorite couple for today, Bill and Kathleen. There they are, yeah. Delaware. We got Angie, always. Angie's a trip. Yeah, there she is. We've got Jacqueline. She's got that wood ceiling I like. There you go. We've got Eileen, a homegirl from Long Island. Yes. Kerry from Hawaii. Hawaii. We got Jack. Jack has got the outfit going. He's in a house that the people whose house it is don't know he's in the house. They're in for a surprise. All right, Jack. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Paul.
Yes. We've got, who's this? Marisol. What a beautiful name. Marisol. Ann B. We got Grateful Dave. All right, Grateful Dave. It can't be a bad day if I get to see Grateful Dave twice today. It's very nice. Mr. Donate is here. I don't know. We've got Mandy. We got Lucas. We got Susan K, my latte provider. We've got, who else is here? I think that's it. Hey, it's such a nice thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you sticking with me. Yes. It's either this or the asylum, so let's keep going. Well, I'll see everyone tomorrow night, or some of you. And then if you're interested, we have a retreat with Awakening Together. That's going to be a doozy. That's going to be Colorado. We're going to burn the fucking place down. Yeah. It will be super hard to find a path anywhere. Just burn it down. So, yeah, that's my seed assignment. And yeah, September, Italy. I think we're getting enough people to go. So, it's looking like we'll be going to Italy, spending an incredible time there for a week. Lovely, lovely place. So, hey, thank you, everyone. If you're interested, zenbitchslap.com. Go to the event page. All the talks are there, I think. And Rhoda, wherever you are, keep reminding me that I have a talk on Tuesday. See you guys. Bye-bye.